Hello. Welcome back to the Beast Camp podcast. I am Beast and I will be doing another episode of Krump and Life. All right, so let's get straight into it. Today, as you can see in the title, it is about anxiety. So, battle anxiety, before you're about to dance anxiety, stuff like that, and how it relates to real life and just my thoughts, some stuff that I went through, and some stuff that I did that helped me get out of it. All right, so let's get straight into it. The first one is yes, 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 yes. I still get nervous before I dance. It doesn't matter if it's a session, doesn't matter if it's a battle, doesn't matter who I'm battling, it doesn't matter when I'm sessioning or with who, I still get nervous. So no matter what, no matter how good you get, you will still get nervous, and I will still get nervous too. So, yes, it's still normal. And I think when people hear that something is normal, it gives them at ease. So, yes, I'm pretty sure everyone still gets nervous, but they have their ways to get out of it. And one thing that helped me get out of it is just knowing that you can win or have a good round, or you learn, right? There's no such thing as really losing. I mean, there is if you just want it to be that. Like, losing just means you're just going to do the same thing over and over, right? You're not going to be willing to learn. You're not going to be willing to ask questions. Why did you not get the result that you wanted? So look at that too, that losing or just you didn't get the result that you wanted. So sometimes I would win, but not get the hype I wanted, but I wanted the results that I wanted. So it doesn't matter if it was hype or whatever. So you win or you learn. That's something that helps me be calm about jumping into a battle. Yeah, and dealing with that, really, really, really understand this, that your loss will not be the end of the world. Like, I've been in some battles to where, like, in a sense, my career would be over, or I lose to someone where I shouldn't be losing to, like in a tournament or something. But people, yeah, still see me as who I am. People still take my classes. People, like, my respect has not gone down. So I know as Crumpers, we think our career could be over because of just how crazy Facebook can talk about a battle and say that's it, it's over, and blah blah blah, and just realize it's just smack talking, right? It's just smack talking, and then they're gonna forget about it the next day. They're gonna go on to the next battle. So yeah, and another part of that with the the with losing is you have to embrace your loss. Do you guys hear me? You have to embrace your loss as what it is. Do not, like, be shy about it. Do not think like, oh, it was okay. Like, really understand why you lost, and you'll actually do more harm if you don't look at it and embrace the loss as what it is. And again, if we look at it from you embrace your learning, right? So if you're just like taking this loss not seriously, that means you're not taking your learning seriously. So I wanted to sneak that in. Okay. The second one, not second, I don't know what number I'm in, but I would say trust in the lab. That's what helps me really get over my battle anxiety or just dancing anxiety in general, is trust your lab. Because yeah, in my skill level, there's so many things that I can do, so many things that I could dance in, and I just gotta trust it. Like, you gotta trust your lab, you gotta trust your skills. That's why practicing is important, right? And even then, just at least focus one to three things that you're really enjoying about Crump. Something that you enjoy, not something that you want other people to get out of you, or something that you think people expect out of you. No, do one or three things that you are enjoying with Crump, and it will help you just be less anxious about dancing, because it's about you. This reason, the next one is my favorite one, and it is about having a bigger purpose. So I am big on this. I could do an example of, like, when I battled Proof, It was one of my best battles, my best rounds, and it was because my purpose was driving me, and my purpose was that I wanted to give proof a good battle and really give him that platform. Like, I think he's super talented, not just in the dance floor but in music, but he needs someone to, like, in a sense, pass the torch to him. So that was my main motivation, was like, okay, let me really dance really good so I could give him that certain platform. So have a bigger purpose. Sometimes your purpose can be like, oh, I just want to feel this concept better. Or it could be something deeper, like, well, I'm just dancing to let stuff out, right? I'm going through stuff, I'm just letting it out. You don't really need to uh, explain to anybody. You could just dance, and then if you feel like you did it, then you're gonna have better you're gonna have more security in yourself with your round, even if people don't understand, even if people are a bit confused, because again, you're just doing it for your purpose, and your purpose is bigger. So that's one of the things, especially in my level. Battling for sure is hard to get. It's hard to get really excited for a battle, especially if people call me out left and right. I mean, I love to battle, but I need something to really push me to give them the battle that they want, because I could just dance and be like, yep, there's your battle. But I know I wouldn't be satisfied, right? So my bigger purpose, I feel like in general, is just to help educate people and help give them a platform in Krump. So those are some of my tips and just some of the stuff that I experienced with anxiety, like being nervous before you dance. And for sure, I want to do more parts, because this can go on forever. But I do want to touch base on it. So let's get into the life stuff. I can say that I am doing way better with my anxiety. I think I posted a post with me and Project after we battled and we did that speech about anxiety and stuff. And yeah, like during that time, I was crying. Like I was crying before the battle, like 4 or 5 times. Like I just couldn't hold it. Like I just couldn't do it. I was so out of it, and Project went up to me and was like, you good? And I messaged him before. I said, hey, like I'm gonna try to give you a really good battle, but right now my mental game is so bad and I think I have anxiety. So I was feeling symptoms like my throat was getting tightened up a lot, especially when I would talk to people. um my heart, you know what I'm saying, the different rhythms, heart palpitations, you know what I mean? Depersonalization, like it didn't feel real, life didn't feel real. I was looking at my hands, I was like, am I real? You know, like my vision felt like tunnel vision, like all the time. You know what I mean? And I'll talk about why do we have those symptoms, but yeah. And my first tip to get out of it is really understand what it is. So really listen to your body, because the mind and the body are really connected. And yeah, really understand it. So every symptom I was looking up, um, or I was feeling, I was looking up. So I was those things that I just listed, like with the throat, with the heart, and sometimes I was having random headaches and even like brain fog, right, or mind fog, whichever one they call it. Yeah, so I started to order books about anxiety, and I just needed one book, and it helped me out so much, which I'm gonna talk to, or which I'm gonna talk about it in a bit. But speaking of talking, that's my next tip: is talk to people. You know what I mean? Like make sure the people are ready though. Just say, hey, like I need to really vent about some heavy stuff, because you need to be careful of who you're venting to, because sometimes people are so empathetic, they will take it upon themselves to help you out, or they would just really meditate on it and maybe it transfers to them. So that's another tip within this tip is like give them a forewarning, and also make sure it's someone. My tip is like get vent to someone that's a bit higher than you, like in status, like a parent or a pastor or a big homie, or yeah, just a friend that you know that went through it. Yeah, because if you're talking to someone that hasn't gone through this, you are gonna sound crazy to them, which is okay. Which is okay. And some people may not believe in you. Like some people may think you're just, kind of complaining, and that's stuff that you don't want to hear. And you can't blame them because you really have to experience this. And I used to be like that. When I heard about anxiety, I was like, anxiety, just stop being scared. The heck? So now that I experienced it, I was like, yo, yeah. So another tip that I have is just take care of your mental health. As I said, the mental health and your physical health is connected. So I have a schedule to where it's flexible, but it's like checklists that I have to do. So like journaling, stretching, or like yoga. You know what I mean? Practicing, right? Most of you guys are dancers, so really take dance as a form of therapy. I am really telling people that Krump is really not your only form of therapy, and we shouldn't have that. So be careful. I am telling people you should have more and more avenues of therapy, which is even therapy itself, right? Seek therapy and all that. But if you feel like you're too shy or you don't have the money, then talk to your friends. you know you could even look into like cold showers. You could look into breathing techniques. That's a big one, right? So if you guys know about the 4-7-8 breathing technique, where you breathe in 4 times and then you hold it in 7. Oh, not breathe in 4 times, I'm sorry. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it in 7 seconds, and breathe out 8 seconds. And you do that a couple times, and it will help you remain calm. Yeah. Um, One thing that I really enjoyed about this book that I read was that it talked about facing your fear. So no matter what, you have to face your fear, because yeah, there's no other way to get over it but to face your fear. But there are steps to go there. So I like how this book broke it down to where sometimes, let's say, if you're scared, like of a session, right? If you're scared to go to a session or dance to a session, maybe just start watching session videos, right? Or maybe your old session videos. Just watch it when you were enjoying it. That could be step one. And then step two, when you start to get more comfortable, go with your friends. They don't even have to be dancer friends. They can be your family too. Go with your mom or dad. And then, yeah, and then little by little, you will start to detach from those like training wheels. And then you can go to a session by yourself or battle by yourself. Or even, yeah, like you can tag team. If we're talking about Krump, you can tag team with people. So a lot of pressure doesn't have to be on you. You could rely on your partner and all that. So those are some of the steps to face your fear. It could be as small as looking at a video, looking at a picture of Krump, hearing Krump music, or if we're talking about life and you're like, scared to talk to somebody, you know, it may sound weird, but like, look at their picture, or look at something just small, and then get used to it. Or yeah, if you need someone there to talk to that person or whatever. So yeah, this we can go on about that. And I just want to talk about too, about why we feel the body symptoms, and this comes from an evolutionary standpoint. So from an evolutionary standpoint, they were really feeling life and death situations, right? So all of that stuff gets passed down to us. So when we feel anxious and we get into that fight or flight mode, we think things are life and death. And that's why we think, like, if I lose this battle, I'ma die. Like, that's what we really think. Or if I talk to this person and, like, we're feeling as if the world is gonna end. If I talk to this person, and even if the result isn't what you wanted, like, our brain is already preparing us for like death. So now that you understand that, and really think about that too, like when you're thinking about these little things, like, nah, I need to talk to this person to confront them, and you really have that fight or flight mode, and you're just like, what the heck, this talk may be the end of my life. And if you guys don't know what fight and flight mode is, basically when you're feeling that adrenaline right? So it's either you're gonna do it or you're gonna run away. So that's literally what they did back in the day, right? Which is they either had to fight for their lives, for their food or whatever, or they had to run away from whatever they were hunting. And with that being said, my last tip that I want to say is do not let it consume you. Yeah, do everything you can, especially now that you know or is reminded that your mental health and your physical health does play a lot. So even walking, even stretching, even anything. So as you guys see with what I'm doing, is I'm getting into other styles of dance because they're speaking to me, because I just need to be more calm. And I love Krump, but sometimes Krump gives me a lot of anxiety because of where I'm at in my career and so much expectation. So I'm still fighting it too. And as I said, I feel like I am doing way, way, way better. And I actually want to sneak this in too. So if you're actually going through this right now, just know that you have a community of people. You can hit me up, and also know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that light at the end of the tunnel will become you. So meaning that you will help other people get through this anxiety. And this is why I want to do this podcast, to really tell people I am out of it. Yes, I still get nervous. Yes, I still get anxious, but it does not consume me. I have not felt those body symptoms, but even if I do, I know how to get out of it quicker than usual. Yeah. So thank you guys. This one is really meant a lot to me. I know, like, I felt like I was kind of stuttering or whatever because I just didn't want to, like, get teary eyed or cry because, whew, this was a lot to talk about. And I'm just glad to be talking about it in a more, uh, okay manner. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. And please let me know. I have such a passion about this, and I want people to know that this is normal, what you're feeling, and you have such a community of people. So I would just like to shout out people that helped me out along the way. Like, of course, my Beast Camp, Yaya, Mike, John Man, Jesse, um, Miho, Todd Eyes, even people like Jigman, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was going through it too. So, Garrett, for sure. So, I just want to shout you guys out, especially Project, for sure. Project. And, yeah. So, please, 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 we're going to be okay. All right? And always, we're still going to be Buck. Till next time.